Picture this, it's December 22nd. Your uncle just arrived with 3 extra guests. You walk toward your wine rack, and suddenly your collection feels vulnerable. Do you open that Barolo you've been saving for 5 years? Or do you panic and grab whatever's closest? Here's the thing, there's a better way. Today, we're building a smart holiday wine collection that protects your treasures, makes hosting effortless, and works at any budget. And it all starts with something I call the Cellar Defender strategy. My name is Randy Green, and I am your host today on the WineCellarHQ show, where we explore wine through the lens of design, science, and sensory pleasure. And for this episode, we dug into the latest global wine reports, market trends, and cellar wisdom to answer one big question: how do you build a holiday wine collection that can handle surprise guests, mixed palates, and real-life chaos without sacrificing your best bottles? Here's the journey we're taking today. First, why December is secretly the most dangerous month for your wine collection. Then, the 3-layer system that protects your long-term bottles. Next, the 3 collector personas, so you know exactly which strategy fits your life and your budget. And finally, a practical holiday playbook you can use this season. Let's start with the problem. Chapter 1. Why holiday wine goes wrong. December is brutal for wine collections, not because of temperature or humidity, but because of human behavior. The house is full, the kitchen is loud, and sooner or later someone asks, "Hey, where's the wine?" And in that moment, present bias kicks in. Under stress, we choose whatever bottle is closest, not the right one. Add in status pressure, wanting to impress guests, and loss aversion, feeling afraid to waste the wrong bottle, and suddenly your most treasured bottles are at risk. That's how people end up pairing Barolo with turkey, or Cabernet with cranberry sauce. Scientifically, those are terrible pairings, but none of this means you're bad at wine. It just means your cellar isn't as organized as it could be. So instead of trying to memorize pairing rules, we redesign the architecture of your collection. And that begins with the Cellar Defender strategy. Chapter 2, the Cellar Defender strategy. It is a 3-layer system. Layer 1, the treasures. Your long-term investment bottles: Barolo, aged Rioja, Bordeaux, top Burgundy, vintage Champagne. Layer 2, the middle collection. Flexible bottles with 2 to 10-year windows: Cru Beaujolais, Rhone, Alto Piemonte, Riesling, Portuguese Reds, non-vintage Champagne. Layer 3, the defenders, the everyday heroes. High quality, high value wines specifically bought to be opened during busy moments: Muscadet, Cremant, Chianti Classico, Morgon, Côte du Rhône. The defender's job is simple: be so delicious, so easy, and so available that guests naturally choose them first. Defenders protect your treasures by absorbing casual consumption. Scenario number 1, you've got that relative who just walks over to the rack and opens whatever bottle their hand lands on. That's where your defenders earn their salary. Put a nice Côte du Rhône front and center. Literally tell everyone, this is the wine of the night. And suddenly that's the bottle everyone reaches for, instead of your 2015 Barolo. Scenario number 2, surprise guests. It's 8 p.m., 2 extra people show up with a pie, and now you're doing the mental math. Do we have enough wine? This is why I love Magnums. If you keep 2 or 3 Magnum defenders around, you've got twice the wine and honestly about 3 times the impact. You walk in with a Magnum and the whole room lights up. Scenario number 3, high stress cocktail hour. You're finishing the food, people are talking over each other, someone is asking where the glasses are. That is not the moment when you want to be making a delicate decision about which bottle to open. So you solve it in advance. You pre-open a defender. It's on the counter, it's breathing, and it becomes the default pour. Anyone who wants wine just naturally goes to that bottle. Scenario number 4, the dessert curveball. You've just cleared the table and someone says, "Ooh, do you have any port?" And the only thing in your cellar is that vintage port you were saving for a milestone. That's where sweet defenders come in. Keep an LBV port or a 10-year tawny on hand so you can make everyone happy without sacrificing the bottle you've been dreaming about for years. For most people, the smart budget split is the 40-40-20 rule. 40% defenders, 40% middle tier wines, 20% prestige. And for the first time, your cellar stops feeling intimidating and starts feeling functional. Now let's talk about who you are, because every collector needs a different ratio. Chapter 3, the 3 collector personas. Persona 1, the aspiring host. I want my home to feel warm, memorable, and welcoming without needing to be an expert. Your sweet spot is $25 to $35. Your strengths are atmosphere and connection. Your weakness is wine anxiety. Your defenders, Cremant, Cava, Muscadet, Vigno Verde, Loire Chenin, Beaujolais Village, Chianti Classico, Dolcetto, LBV Port. Your perfect cellar ratio, 60% defenders, 30% middle, 10% prestige. Persona 2, the design-forward collector. I want wine to enhance the architecture of my home and my identity as a curator. Your sweet spot is $50 to $80. Your defenders, Franciacorta, English Sparkling, Minimalist Cremant, Loire Sauvignon Blanc, Albarino, Etna Rosso, Northern Rhone Syrah, half bottle Sauterne. Your ideal ratio, 45% defenders, 40% middle, 15% prestige. Persona 3, the investment strategist. Wine is a sensory asset class. I want smart long-term decisions. Your budget ranges wide, from $50 to $400 and more. Your strengths are planning and discipline. Your weakness is not opening enough bottles. Your defenders, English, Sparkling, Grower Champagne, Riesling, Loire Chenin, White Rhone blends, Cru Beaujolais from top producers, Alto Piemonte Nebbiolo, Saint Joseph Syrah, Madeira, Sauterne. Your ratio, 35%. Defenders, 40% middle, 25% prestige. So which one are you? Chapter 4, the Smart Holiday Playbook. Now let's build your holiday flow. Think of the evening in 5 phases. Phase 1, sparkling arrival. Wake up the senses. Use Cremant, Cava, or English Sparkling. Phase 2, middle meal harmony. Gamay, Pinot Noir, Chenin, Riesling, wines that don't fight with the food. Phase 3, the reset. Use crisp whites or champagne to cut through heaviness. Phase 4, the sweet landing. Port or Sauternes for emotional closure. Phase 5, fireside reflection, a quiet glass of tawny or an aged red. Now for the secret that changes everything. Temperature. Serve light reds at 55 to 60 degrees, bigger reds at 60 to 65, sparkling at 45 to 50, prestige champagne and dessert wines around 50 to 54. Temperature alone can unlock 30% more perceived quality. And finally, the Magnum effect. A Magnum signals abundance. It tells your guests, we're not going to run out. It lowers anxiety, raises connection, and turns a simple bottle into a shared moment. So to wrap things up, here's your holiday checklist. Identify your persona. Use the 40-40-20 framework, or your personalized ratio. Stock defenders across sparkling, white, red, and sweet. Add 2 or 3 Magnums. Organize your cellar. Defenders at eye level, treasures higher or deeper in, and create at least one holiday ritual. A birth year bottle, a cellar selection moment, or a yearly Magnum. December exposes the weaknesses in most collections. The Cellar Defender strategy gives you structure, protection, and flexibility. The personas tell you exactly where to spend, and the playbook gives you the flow, the science, and the rituals. The big picture? A smart holiday wine collection isn't defined by prestige, it's defined by purpose, by structure, by hospitality, by the memories you create around the bottles you choose to open. The only real question is, when the doorbell rings this December, will your cellar panic or ace it? If this helped you, make sure to subscribe to WineCellarHQ for more cellar design, wine storage, and smart collecting guides. And tell us in the comments which persona are you and what defender are you adding to your holiday lineup this year. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next pour.